Hello, Forecaster here again, and we are back for episode 61, and the oil is once again flowing. So, as you can see, I've finished moving the elevator, and this is the result. I decided, or I had to put in these walls because to support the floor here, or else it would collapse. I had to move this elevator collar over to this side because when the elevator is at the same floor as an elevator collar, it is outputting a redstone signal, and the signal was turning off this hopper here, which I couldn't have, so I had to move it over to the side. I also read the when I read the in-game wiki entry on the elevator collar to confirm that it was outputting a redstone signal, I saw that you can also camouflage it by shift right clicking it with a block. So I did that, and it looks a little nicer. So I completed the walls and ceiling and floor inside the reservoir, and then got this the gas lift over here going again. And I did so by making an electric compressor, which is keeping this thing running. Hello, skeleton. So this is going quite well, and since this thing is a high pressure, it's an advanced compressor, it has no trouble keeping up with the gas lift, so it's keeping it at 4.8 bars, and it's keeping the oil coming quite nicely. This is a dispenser upgrade, so it's outputting the oil directly into the pipe, which brings it in here, and as you can see, I've put facades on the pipe here, making this look a little nicer. I even put one by this glass block here, so you can't see the pipe anywhere except from the outside now, obviously, which is nice. So this tank is nearly filled up. It's pretty much full. So now the reservoir is filling up, of course. And the refinery is once more processing oil. And the logistics modules are doing their job. The logistics drones are recharging, it seems. But everything is going pretty smoothly, I'd say. No real danger of running out of fuel. There never really was. Let's put this away. Actually, there was some place I was going to expand the crate. It was this one, I think. I wanted some more space here because this is pretty much full. So there we go. I can really disassemble these things because I don't use them anymore. So I have the assembler now. Let's take that, put that in. I need to recharge my advanced battery pack a little bit. And then I was going to head down into the ravine again. and see if we can't find some more interesting things. So it's killed by a witch that spawned in here, which was kind of annoying. So let's see. Don't need this right now, or this, or this. Here's another bow. Can put that in there. Put the battery on the shelf. Oh yeah. There's one thing I wanted to do. So, I think yesterday I updated Bibliocraft. It was a few episodes ago now. And they added a new thing which looked interesting. This one, the stockroom catalog. I would like to make one of those. So I'm going to need a book. So I need some wicker. Let's get some bamboo from up top. I figured out that, or I noticed that you could use something called wicker to make books, and it replaced the leather in the recipe. Let's see if we can't get some. Oh, these things grow super fast. So, which reminds me, near the beginning of this Let's Play series, when I first found these, I pointed out that you can't use them as fuel. And I kind of understand why now when I see how fast they're growing. Would be a little overpowered, I think, even if they were, even if it was just a little fuel. I think I like keeping them as crafting recipe, or for crafting only. It's fine. But yeah, so you make wicker out of sugar canes and sticks, basically. And of course you can substitute the sticks for bamboo. And I'm not sure what else you can use it for. Okay, so it's some upgrade stuff mostly. The item filter, hatchery, fish feeder, and books. Yeah. So it's pretty much the same as a book, except the recipe isn't shapeless apparently. So now I need some ink and a feather. That's going to be problematic. I don't think I have any flying flower seeds. So I'm simply going to have to go out and hunt some chickens. And of course it becomes nighttime as soon as I decide to go out. Perfect timing by me. or not. But let's go out anyway. Night isn't that long. And we'll probably be fine, maybe. These are not flying plants. No chickens here. Ow. My poor horse. Let's see if we can't... Dang it. There we go. Horses are laggy for some reason. That's not... Oh! These are flying flowers. Great. I'll just have a couple of those. Those we saw earlier probably were 2 then, guess. Maybe. Look a little more pinkish. Well, whatever. Apparently I'm starving, which is less than good. Also, armies of undead, also not good. Let's see. Let's plant a couple of these out in the... Oh. I get very annoyed at myself sometimes. Turns out I had a few of these already. Oh well. So let's throw these in the extractor. Should get us a few feathers. And in the meantime, let's go out and see if the compressor out here needs a new battery. Probably doesn't. Not quite run out yet, but we'll replace it anyway. Because otherwise I would have gone out there for no reason. Let's stop by the garden, have some berries, because I'm starving. Now we should have 3 feathers. Yep. We'll store 2 of them. You only need 1. And then we make a book and quill. And then we needed some green dye. Don't have any of that in storage, but we can make some easy enough. Then I needed 7... idea what that was. 7 of those. Then I believe it was this. Yes. The icon looks a little wonky. Alright, so the stockroom catalog allows you to, if you shift right click an inventory with it, you'll notice these little particles. So if I do that, now there should be nothing. Then I do that. You can see we have some stuff in here. Now I believe with these crates I will have to... No? Oh, okay. Yeah. So, it doesn't quite work with these crates because the catalog works the same way as when you open it. So each time it's requesting the contents, it's getting a random selection. Probably better to demonstrate on this. So now I've marked these 2 chest blocks, and it'll list all the items that are inside. It seems some of them it's not getting the proper name. But it allows you to tell where things are in your base. And it also, as you saw, for example, if I wanted to find cobblestone kinesis pipes, I can click this icon here, and it will list all of the inventories that have that item, at least one of them. So you can see this chest here is 12, and it'll show me the coordinates of this chest. Now, if I had waypoint compasses in my inventory, it will display up to 8 of them here, and I could select one of them, and it would set that compass to the position of this chest. So then that compass would point to the chest that has the item I'm looking for, which would help me to find it. Now, unfortunately, it's not quite as useful as I'd hoped because of the interaction with the crates. I hoped it would be able to list all of the items in the crate, but apparently it can't. That's a shame. So, not sure if how much I will use it because of that, but I am going to keep it around anyway. I might make a proper storage room at some point, with chests instead of having most of my stuff in crates. I do like the crates though. They're I think they're slightly more industrial than chests. Feels more appropriate. So with that out of the way, whoop. Oh dear. Well, that surprised me. Let's make some more dynamite. Can make it here. Oh, right. So, I recently, or in, I think it was last episode even, I might have, I complained about how I wanted to be able to place, to use speed upgrades with the pneumatic helmet. And someone pointed out that you can actually do this already, and I didn't realize because it wasn't listed in the in the charging station, but it is mentioned in the in-game wiki. But I don't think I've actually read the page on the pneumatic helmet. And you can use the range upgrade to upgrade the range as well. Let's check the. Ooh, this is pretty much filled up. Pretty cool. Let's see how it looks from downstairs through the windows. Ah, that is quite a bit of oil. I wonder how much the reservoir holds. Maybe I should measure it. Where did I put the GPS tools? You should still be set to the far wall. And then I need to find my tape measure. Though I'm pretty sure I know where it is. I haven't used that in a while. Should be in here. Alright, so we have this point over here. I think this should be yeah, it's one step inside the wall. So if we bring it out there, then this here is the corner of the reservoir. And then we have the corner here. So it's 16 by 15. And then it should still be 8 blocks deep, I think. Let's measure there. So it's 6 blocks for the most part. Then there's this bit under the glass here, which is 1 block higher. But that's a small part of the actual volume. Right, so 15 by 16 by 6. That's, let's see. 15 by 16. by 3. No, by 6. 3 is 1,440 buckets. That's actually more than, a little bit more than it would this tank holds. Not that much though. 864. So the reservoir holds about 600 buckets more than this tank. Yeah, but it's still, it's a lot cheaper than making another tank. But it does take up a lot more space, of course. So I'm not sure, but I may actually be ready to start moving the power equipment once I've carved out a room here, of course. Let's see. There is 6 blocks in between here. So where this wall is, there needs to be a row of pillars. Again, the same thing we have going here. So I would probably put a pillar here to keep the symmetry. Oh, hello. Iron and gravel. So I'd probably forego this bit and just expand the room on the side of this divider here. And that would probably work. And that is where my power plant will go. And then I pretty much intend to have a floor deeper below that, where I'm going to put the nuclear reactor. So I'm going to build kind of a bunker type place, which is going to be encased in reinforced stone, of course. And it's going to be slightly, it's not going to be just underneath this floor here. It's going to be buried a bit extra, just for extra protection. So that's pretty much my plan so far. And the power plant, I think I'm going to try to find enough diamonds to make an MFE first, and then put that in the power plant, because then I can leave this here and set up the new power plant completely, and then have that there as a buffer. And as you can see here, I have the Nano Saber all done, and I can really craft this because I am going to want it. Now I've modified the texture of this. This should actually have a blade, solid blade, but I've removed that. And so when you turn it on, which I can't do because it doesn't have any power, and I don't have a way to charge it right now, because it doesn't go in the CSU. It's a power tier 3, so it needs the MFE or higher to actually be able to charge it, which is why I haven't actually crafted it yet. I still can't use it, which is a shame, but I will get there, and when I do, I think this does 20 damage or something when it's powered, and as you can see, it only does 4 damage when it's off, so it's not currently the chainsaw is better. It seems we've filled up the reservoir, which is nice. But yeah, so I want to make an MFE first. What are you doing? Not enough tank space. Oh, the pipe is full as well. Thought it looked like there was still room in the pipe, and I was wondering why it wasn't ejecting oil into it. Here's where my acid ended up. I actually, when I was digging out this elevator corridor here, the acid block used to be here-ish. So when the drone cut through the roof, just under this level here, acid started flowing down into the room, and I got caught in it at first because I was surprised. And then I moved it to over here. Still need to replace these floors, and I'm going to finish putting these lights in, since they're now fixed. Modifications have been, or updates have been made, so they no longer cause a ridiculous frame rate drop, and I intend to light the rest of my base with them. And Mine Martin also put up a he made a post on his GitHub for Railcraft, where he wrote that he was going to add kerosene lamps to Railcraft. And I asked him to elaborate a little, and he said they're going to be lamps that run on kerosene to provide light, which I think is very cool. So I essentially intend to disable any light source that is infinite. So that unfortunately include these Railcraft lanterns. It includes things like the red power lights, unless I can configure them to not emit light, so you can use them as indicators. That would be nice. And these lamps from Artifice. Now, I don't think I can disable the vanilla redstone lamps, because they're used in certain crafting recipes. But I might be able to find a way to keep them from being placed, or I might just leave them and not use them myself as a light source. But we have reached the end of the episode and gone over time a little bit as well. So I'm going to leave you here, and I'll see you in the next episode.